Listen, man, make sure y'all stay locked in. This is going to be an amazing episode with some great jewels that are being dropped. You don't want to miss it.
Welcome to 30 Minutes with Him. I have the honor of hosting. Don't look at me like that. This
Like
is one of
what?
my this one of my bros, my brothers that I kind of pulled him from behind what he does. So, welcome to the comfy chair.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate being here.
Yes.
For
And
sure.
so I want you to introduce yourself to everyone.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm Vernon Ray, the photographer and videographer, educator, mentor, big brother, however you like to see it. But that's me. That's who I am.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit you with what I did with the
Sure
last
thing.
host.
Talk to me.
Those are titles.
Okay. Well, who am I?
Yes.
You know, that's always the hard question.
I know.
Who are you? All right,
Yes.
well, I'm a loving, compassionate individual that really want to see his community, his brothers, his sisters, you know, in a space and place of growth and prosperity. I mean, it might sound like a real made up answer, something rehearsed, but that's just my true feelings about who I am and what I feel and believe in. So that's who I am.
Well, that didn't sound like, rehearsed. That
Rehearsed.
sounds very professional.
Yeah,
I love that.
It came from the heart. It came from a good
I'm
place.
sure it better have.
Oh, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt.
So before we talk about your business and, for what you do and your personality and so forth, I want to know, what season are you in your life right now? What season are you in?
What season am I in my life right now? The season that I feel like I'm in my life right now is it's another growth season. I feel like in like the period of a man's life, we go through multiple growth seasons, and I'm in my 40s now, so it's a lot of realization, a lot of what Daddy said then makes sense now type of things are happening. I'm getting a chance to really see those things for myself. I've been through the season of learning how to love me more. I've been through that season, and man, this season ain't easy. I'll tell you that much. You know, growth ain't easy.
Exactly.
And man, it's a space and place where I want to be able to make sure that the security of what's next is in place. That makes sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I need stability and security. So I want to make sure that, you know, I dot my I's and cross my T's and make sure where I spend my time and who I spend my time with matters. That's one of the biggest currencies we don't really focus on as much as our time. We're so busy worrying about making money and being here, being there, but we don't really focus on how valuable the time that we have is. So I'm really being mindful of who I spend my time with and what I spend my time doing.
That is so important.
Yes.
That really is important. I like that you touched on that. So I know the brand that you represent, but can you share a little bit about your brand? Because then I'll have some follow-up questions regarding your brand.
Sure thing. So my brand is, first of all, the parent company of my brand is Creative Mind Productions, which been around, it's been around for a while. I'm gonna say 17 plus years, even a little bit longer than that before it was even established, anybody even knew about it. But outside of Creative Mind Productions was born All Money Shots. It used to be called All Money Shots VG and All Money Shots Connect. It used to be a few different names, but All Money Shots kind of stuck, and we put a lot of time and energy into that brand because at one point I lost all my social media, so I had to rebrand and start over again, which wasn't easy, but that's a whole nother story. Another part of the brand that we picked up was Shoot Cameras, Not Guns, which was born out of tragedy. You know what I'm saying? Loss of a few of my family members, and we were looking for an opportunity to be proactive in the fight against gun violence. And in order for us to do that, we had to put a name to the work we were already doing in order for people to see and understand like, yo, we here fighting the same fight too. So shoot cameras, not guns came out of that and turned into a campaign that we were able to work through other organizations and teach youth and young adults entry-level photography or photo and video skills. And it just turned into something so much bigger than I can ever imagine. And now, you know, we are in a space and place where we have an opportunity to build upon that on our own. Before we were so reliant on other organizations to help us. Now, which is an exclusive to the people and to you, we have our own 501c3 now. So, yeah, thank you.
Love that, love that.
It's called Mighty Moves.
Okay.
It's a lot to come with that.
All right now. Oh man, I'm about to. We done. I think he like. No, just. So I like to really, you know, move forward and get some more, pull more out of you in regards to your how you identify. So how much of your identity is tied to being the photographer versus being the man behind the camera?
Drink some water to that. Hold on. All right, so can you repeat the question one more time?
Yes. How much of your identity is tied to being the photographer versus the man behind the camera?
I feel like the identity of who Vernon Ray is 100% tied to the photographer, because photography activates me in a way that allows me to just be this authentic version of myself, which is still me being me, you know, and that activation opens up or creates a bridge for me to be able to share a really deep connection with the person I'm working with. You know what I'm saying? And most people that have had the opportunity to work with me, they feel that and they wonder like, whoa, what is this? Why am I feeling so good? Why I think tickle a little bit? It's so funny. And it turns into this thing. It's like, you actually experience somebody just being their authentic self. You know, we so used to being around people that are so busy trying to perform and be something that they're not, that when we experience something so real and so authentic, you know, we're not familiar with it and it feels good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. I think that it ties in so well with just me being able to showcase that part of myself. You know what I mean? Which all says Vernon Ray. It's all me.
So when the camera is down, how do you define yourself?
You know what? I think the other side of that is, again, it's still me, but sometimes I have to tone it down and try to find a way to rest my mind, you know, because it's a space of like, I try to just be easy with myself, like a little bit at ease, because sometimes it's hard to turn that energy off, you know what I mean? Just as an example, sometimes we have this special called 40 shots for $40, right?
I love it.
Yeah, it's 20 head shots, 24 body shots within a 15-minute session, and it's geared towards the people. This is our way of giving back to the people.
Absolutely.
$450 shoot for only $40. 20 head shots, 24 body shots. But anyway, let's just say we service 30 people in a day. I try to give each and every one of those clients the same amount of energy each day. Not each day, but each slot. And each slot is 15-minute slots. That's a lot of people. It's a lot of energy being given, right? When I'm done that, sometimes I do feel depleted. I'm not gonna lie. And a lot of times I'll be trying to find like something to recharge me, a way to recharge, you know, and that can be difficult. But I guess to answer your question is just, the other side of that is just me being able to get some rest. Because I was going to a whole other situation, but I'm like, Vern, bring yourself back to, can we curse on this?
Absolutely.
Bring your ass back to the street. You on your way in the house, sir.
So when you think back, when naming your brands, right, your different brands, where were you in those different places when you came up with Creative Minds?
Creative Mind, One Mind.
Creative Mind,
okay.
And then All Money Shot, and then where were you mentally in those spaces
Great
to be able
question.
to come up with those names?
Creative Mind Productions was born in a cell, prison cell. You know, I was currently serving time in prison, and I was trying to figure out, you know, a lot of ideas go through your mind when you locked up. What went through mine was, how can I make best of this time? I want to start a business. I want to start something. You know what I'm saying? Create something and start this legacy. Legacy was a thing back then in 2007, 2006 in prison. It's just like people were just trying to figure out a way to start something and keep it going once they got out, or to start something and kind of send it home and have it continue that way as well. I'm an artist and I love to draw. I love to be able to recreate what reality was for me, for people, right? I started off doing like portraits of people, family members. They would give me the little picture. The picture was probably like this big. And what I would do is I would draw that picture and blow it up, and then I would sell it back to them. You know, I was selling it to them for envelopes and noodles in the beginning, and then it turned into like whole bags and stuff like that. You know, that's a $50 value. You know what I'm saying? I think I ain't even make it to a $50 bag, but I was selling for like $15 and 15, 20 bucks, and it was worth it. You know, it came so easy to me, so the money was easy to make. And I said, man, I gotta call this something. And I think it was like Creative Minds with an S and corporations. I didn't know what I was talking about. I just was trying to think of something that sound important. And then I just was like, one day I'm sitting down playing chess like I always do. You know what I'm saying? Whooping on some behind the way I always do, just in case anybody want to play me. But anyway, I had my broom out. I was cleaning up. And it just came to me. I'm like, yo, Creative Mind Productions. I'm producing something. I'm putting something together. And I ran upstairs. I hurried up and wrote it down because I used to write a lot in prison. I wrote a lot. If it wasn't letters, I was always writing what I felt. I was practicing on figuring out how to articulate my feelings. And that was a part of me working on myself, which was a whole nother story. We'll get to that. But yeah, that's how I came up with Creative Mind Productions. It just kind of came to me on a game of chess, and the work that I was doing already was the artwork, and it ended up becoming something that I was able to take from the prison to the streets and beyond, you know what I'm saying, to other continents. Like it just, it's a big deal. So when it came down to All Money Shots, crazy part about that, I mentioned earlier All Money Shots VG, which stood for Vanity Grand. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know what Vanity Grand is, Vanity Grand was this illustrious place where you find some of the most amazing women, and and it used to have a crazy weather forecast. It was always raining money. Place you might want to. Anyway, I used to work at Vanity Grand. I actually came in the very beginning when Vanity Grand was started. I was there when it was called Christine's Cabaret, and I came in there with a few good friends of mine, Coco and Gigi McGuire. Shout out to Gigi, shout out to Coco. And they had this big plan to revamp this gentleman's club to, you know, a space and place where black folks can come and turn up. You know what I'm saying? And they did that, and it had a great run. I came in on a content side in the very beginning, doing the marketing promotional photos. And through that process, as they were building a brand, you know, I was always savvy and figuring out ways to be able to create cool content. Thought of creating an Instagram page and putting stuff up on the page. I thought of shooting different types of video content and playing it on the big screens for the girls to be promoted that way as well. And All Money Shots was born like that. I used to run around there and say All Money Shots, and they'd be like, All Money Shots. I said, yeah, that's all we giving out. All Money Shots. And I had to attach All Money Shots with Vanity Grand, so I said All Money Shots VG. And that's how that came about. Yeah. You want to know about shoe cameras, not guns, too, or we run out of time?
You know what?
I was just saying,
no, we're going to keep it going.
I'm long-winded.
Yeah, no, it's fine, because that's why this platform is here, for you to talk. I just asked a couple of questions, but I'll let you go.
Got you.
So you touched on it a little bit, but I want you to expand upon it. So where do you feel the most pressure right now? Is it personally or professionally?
I think the most pressure is personal. And it got a lot to do with my aspirations of what I want. And sometimes as men, we tend to be a lot hard on ourselves and what it is that we think we should be versus where we are, versus what we have the capabilities of being, versus a lot of things. And people will often tell me I don't give myself enough credit. They tell me I need to be a little more, positive about the things that I've had the ability to accomplish over the years. And just stop being so hard on yourself. Like, Vern, just stop being so hard on yourself. I'm just like, man, no, this ain't this and that ain't that. We just are just ambitious creatures. Men, we want to be able to be in a position of leadership, a position to provide, a position of just substance. You know what I'm saying? In any circle or industry that we're in. And at any point where we fall short on that or isn't in a space to be able to take up that type of space and give that type of energy, we fall into this space and place where it just get difficult to exist. And I fight those fights too.
Now, for those men out here that may be going through the same thing, like what advice would you give them to kind of help them get through those moments that are challenging?
I think the best advice to give someone that goes through those things, I think the best advice to give them would be to talk to your friends, talk to the people around you. Don't hold those things in, don't hold those feelings in. Try to find the words to express how you feeling and really get with somebody that you can air that out to, because it's helpful to be able to talk about it, and it also helps to help you visualize how you can work your way through it. You know what I mean? We always trying to figure shit out on our own, and that shit don't always work. And I'm too old now to just be carrying around so much. I'm not trying to be this prideful individual that's going to go to an early grave over stress. I want to be here for my son, and I want to be here for my nieces and all of those people who I brought up and that look up to me. I want to be here for them, to see them get into their successful mode and do their thing. You know what I mean? So I made it a priority for me to learn how to find my words and speak about how I feel and have the conversation. It was tough at one point, and I was really, the only way I knew how to deal with things was through that form of aggression and being angry, right? And I didn't have a problem with hurting somebody's feelings or physically hurting someone, but now, excuse me, now it's like we too much of an important piece on the board to be out here just swinging and slapping motherfuckers and kicking shit over when we mad. Like, no, we got kids that's looking up to us and trying to figure out the best way to articulate or handle situations that they run into. You know what I mean? Like, we are the example, and I want to continue to be that. So again, the best advice is to find somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to really love on yourself in a way that helps you through those type of situations, and seek help. Like, don't think that finding help, seeking help is a bad thing. It's not.
Right.
It's not, because we don't like to do therapy and shit like that. But
we should.
We should really embrace that, because it's very helpful.
It is. I 100% agree with that. And as a man, I was raised in a generation where you don't talk about what's going on in your house. You keep quiet. Boys don't cry. All of that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of what you're speaking to is, that was in the past, but we have evolved, and I love that. I loved everything that you just said, because it's so spot on. And these young people, and even some people our age, really needs to hear that.
Indeed.
Yeah. So you spoke a little bit. You spoke about the all money shop, the 40 for 40, which I love. I participated
Make sure
in.
y'all tap in. Link is in the bio.
Yes. Did they come out? Is it a new
So
calendar?
we running the Valentine's Day special right now.
Okay,
but,
okay.
excuse me, that's a whole nother situation.
Okay, well, make
For
sure you
one day
tap
only.
in. Yes.
On the 13th.
So, speaking of that, and even with my experience with that wonderful, wonderful, wonderful offer, how do you help clients feel confident where they're uncomfortable in front of the camera?
When it comes to working with clients, and especially clients that are uncomfortable in front of the camera, I'm gonna say this first. I'm a lot of people's first when it comes to photography and doing photo shoots or anything like that. I've been a lot of people's first. I always felt like the best way to get somebody comfortable in front of the camera was to make the space familiar, right? And how do you do that? During our shoots and our sessions, I like to play music.
Yes.
I love to play music. So the first thing we ask the person, you know what I'm saying, when they come in is what you listen to, what you like to listen to. And sometimes we're like, anything is good. I'm like, nah, no, what do you like to listen to? And I try to cater the session to their preference of what feels good to them. What's your feel good music? You know what I'm saying? We could play a couple joints and start singing. And I always be like, yo, you dance. Oh, you don't dance, you can't do this. You can't. And then we just start bopping a little bit. And once you get that song going, you get your little bop, and they see that I'm comfortable in my skin. I don't force nobody to dance. I don't force nobody to participate. I let it just happen organically.
Right.
And I talk to them. I talk to them. How was your day? You know what I'm saying? You look amazing. I can do a lot of compliment, and I mean what I say.
Right.
If you don't look nice, I ain't gonna compliment you. If you ain't get a compliment at the 40 for 40, you know why. That outfit wasn't it. I'm sorry. Well, actually, I'm not sorry. You should be sorry. But if you don't get no compliment, it is what it is. We'll call it how we see it. But yeah, like I try to make sure you just feel good and comfortable. And the way that I do that is just by me loving me and being comfortable with me.
Yes.
You know what
yes.
I'm saying? Not being afraid to be a 6'1", almost 300-pound man doing this. You know what I'm saying? This is not the E-Matic that I'm doing either. But, you know what I'm saying? That's just that North Philly in me. You feel
Right,
me?
exactly. Shout out to North.
Shout out to North Philly for
with
sure.
With the F, not a TH.
Yeah, feel me? So it's that for me. And then and another thing is just asking them why they doing it. Once I help them have clarity and understanding why they're shooting, that's even a bigger help for them to be able to accomplish what it is they're doing, what it is that they're doing. So it's like, yo, why are you doing this? Oh, I'm doing this for X, Y, and Z. All right, cool. Think about how you want your audience to be able to see you.
Right.
What do you want them to walk away with when they see these photos? Do they look at you like they trying to learn something from you? Should they be admiring you for a particular thing that you have on? Are you selling the outfit? What are we doing?
Yes.
So once we find clarity on what it is that they're doing, then it gives them the green light to execute in that particular way.
I love that. I love that. So what belief about yourself has changed for you to grow?
What belief about myself
had to change?
Had to change. It had to be love for me, right? Love for myself in a certain kind of way had to change. In order for me to grow, it had to be just how I see myself altogether. You know, having a bunch of talent, I felt like, and it was just like, I can't even really find the words for it, but I just had to learn how to love me a little different. I say that a lot because it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be this almighty person in the room to people. You can be this big, strong individual to people, but how you see yourself matters more than anything. And once I realized the power in what I saw in me, I changed it. I changed the entire perspective. And it helped me stand tall in my dignity in these rooms. It allowed me to realize that I am worth it and I'm enough in these rooms. And that's a part of what tears people down in doing things in the realm of the unknown, how they feel about themselves. You can see how somebody feel about themselves by how much of a risk that they take when it comes to certain things like their career, their relationship, anything that's in their lives that helps them progress. You can tell how they feel about themselves based upon how they act on those things. So when you see me out here hustling and bustling and you see me in these rooms suited and booted and talking to people who you might be afraid to talk to, that's because of how I feel about me. It's not conceit. It's not me feeling like I'm bigger than you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Everything that I'm doing is because of how I feel about me and what I want for me. Right. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and it's unfortunate that when people see individuals move that way, it makes them recognize their shortcomings. And that's something that they have to work on within themselves. And I learned in this process not to go around just comparing me to them. You know what I'm saying? It's me to me.
Right.
Me to the old me. Where do I want to make it better at? And then we make those adjustments. But
I love that. So how does that all show up for you when it comes to financing, your finances, discipline, patience with other people? Like, how does that show up for you towards others in those areas?
When it comes to the finances and things like that and how all of this stuff show up, I just got to make sure I'm doing all of what I do for the right reason, right? Purpose-driven work is what I call it. Funds and finances will follow. It ain't something you need to focus on. You know what I mean? Like all my work that I'm doing is purpose-driven. When I'm helping somebody, when I'm giving a discount, when I'm showing a little love for something or whatever, it's all purpose-driven work. And when people don't want to pay my price and they got to go somewhere else and do something else, I stay locked into the purpose of why. You know what I'm saying? My why and all of those different things. So,
okay.
yeah.
So what's the hardest part of this journey that people don't usually talk about? Being in business, getting older, relationships. But we're gonna let's stay on business. Let's stay on business.
Well, one of the hardest things that I feel like people don't talk about when it comes down to business or being in business is who they really are. Folks are so busy trying to perform and be what it looks like they are, that the rug gets pulled right from up under them. Hit the floor, blow, because you over here trying to tap dance like you stable underneath, and whole time your rug getting snatched from up under you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that being who you are genuinely and standing on that is a thing that I think people should practice. Second, I think that just going for what they know. I think people need to really start going for it. Like, I don't think people go as hard as they should. They don't put 100% in their businesses nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, people say they do, but ask yourself, are you really putting 100% into your situation? Most people like to wait on people, and I always say, if you waiting on somebody, you be the only one held up. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one. I have to
That's
use
a
that.
real one. Hopefully I answered some of your questions,
No,
because
you
I kind of
did.
be
You
going
did.
off on a tangent.
No. You did. You had a choice, but you kind of tapped into pretty much all of what I said.
Yeah.
And so, but what is something that you're still trying to figure out even now through your life journey?
Through my life journey, I was already going on the business part.
No,
But
let's do life.
and through life, man, I think I'm in a space and place of just making sure that my surroundings is peaceful. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting bullied into no relationships or no situationship. None of that. I'm navigating communication in its highest form, so that you can understand me and feel me when I'm moving and shaking. Because I think that the quickest thing a person can do is misunderstand you when you're not conforming to what they want you to do.
Repeat that.
I can't. You have to rewind that. Nah, but the quickest thing a person can do is misunderstand you when you're not conforming to the things that they want you to do. You know what I'm saying? Folks are so locked into how they want to see you and how they want you to perform in a space and place with them. You know what I'm saying? That they completely misunderstand you. They don't even try to understand you. My father always say it's best to understand than to be understood. So pay attention.
I like that. I love that.
You feel me?
Yes. So we're winding down. I love this, right?
Yeah, this is dope. It's dope. It's
We're
conversation.
gonna need it. We're gonna have to do this again.
Yeah.
But this is my signature ending question. But I'm gonna have you read it out loud, and I want you to answer it out loud. So it's the very last one right there.
All right, cool. What does becoming a better man look like to you right now? What it look like to me right now? I think a better man for me to become looks like a man that is just continuously active in being a better person to the people around him, being a better person to himself, being an honest person to himself, and an honest person and thanking God for the things that's put into his life. You know what I'm saying? Just being thankful. You know what I mean? That better version of me is a piece that I want to be able to project as an example of what someone else should want to be. You know what I mean? I think that I'm here for a reason, and my purpose is clear. You know what I mean? It's clear to me, and I want to just continue to be a great example for those that are watching.
I love it. I love it. You know, I had to, like I said, I had to get you from behind the camera.
No, I
sir.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
But it's always a pleasure talking with you.
Likewise.
And you always drop some beautiful gems on us. You was able to drop some beautiful gems on those who will be watching and those that's in the room right now looking at us.
Yes, yes.
But where can people get to know more about you and how to contact you?
Well, one of the places that I typically send people to is Instagram. You can follow me at All Money Shots on IG. Shoot Cameras, Not Guns, CMP on IG. Fade in Philly on IG. And that's that. You know, you can follow me there. Shoot me a DM if you have any questions. You got anybody interested in learning entry-level photography skills or videography skills, I'd be happy to show up and teach. So there it is.
Thank you, Mr. Vernon.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
I appreciate you.